I think we're good to go here. And stream a little Friday Elden Ring. Quite warm today. It's got a little bit of water to keep me cool. I'm in the basement this evening. Nice place to keep cool as well. And yeah, little casual Elden Ringing. Starting back up in round table hold. Last thing we did was carry a manor. Dealt with the Royal Grave Everjail as well. And while there's still a lot of kind of Eastern Liurnia to deal with, fact is, if we want to get to the Altus Plateau, which really is kind of like the next goal, we're going to have to go into Caelid and get ourselves some amulet pieces, or an amulet piece, I should say. Before we do that, though, last time I played, I mentioned I need some stronger summons. I need something a little tankier than Lutel, because Lutel's just not cutting it. And it dawns on me, I actually may have missed a catacomb or something in this area, which may help me out. So I think we're going to start by exploring that. We're going to start slowly making our way into Caelid. We'll go an hour or so. Maybe 2. See where we end up. And yeah, just kind of go from there. I may have come to the wrong spot. We'll actually fast travel to the artist's shack here. So, as usual, super cash. We're not in a big hurry to beat Elden Ring for a second time here. Yeah, I think that's where I want to go. Quite probably. But we're making progress. We're making slow but steady progress. The best kind of progress. Yeah, there's oh, there's a lot of bears down here. Take down the Spirit Spring here. Some slimes in here. We're gonna poke our nose around in here. And sure enough, there is a catacomb here that I missed. Thought maybe that was the case. We should be strong enough to challenge it. The Murkwater Catacombs are in Limgrave, and I mean, we've largely cleared Limgrave, so not anticipating much issue. But the problem is I don't remember this catacomb very well. So, there's definitely imps. It's definitely an impy place. Alright, good news is I'm strong enough to one-shot imps. So we're going to do that. Which doesn't surprise me. Again, we're pretty strong. For this area, which we missed earlier. But I am led to believe there may be... Oh, just out of my range. There may be a more powerful... Spirit Ash to be found here. Alright. If that's how you want to play it, that's how we'll play it. Worst part is I kind of expected that guy was going to be in there. Usually speaking, if there's an obvious imp standing right out in the open, there's another one hiding around a corner. That's almost always the case. Alright, so this is one of those catacombs where the lever's right up front, and the trick is... Ooh, a little hitching there. The trick is to find the door. We got some more imps up ahead. It's not letting me target them. What do we got here? Always keep an eye out. Yeah, there they go. I'm still not able to target them. Oh, because I didn't get rid of the text. Okay, well, that guy just dove in front for his pal. You better be pretty thankful for that guy. He just saved your life. Alright, took a few hits, but I'm not super concerned. Because, again, I'm pretty strong for this area, so... This is a really short catacomb. There's almost nothing to it. I almost feel like maybe we've missed something. A trap there. This catacomb is absolutely tiny. I'm just going to double check. I'm going to do a little sweep. I actually don't remember this catacomb from my first playthrough. I may have missed it altogether the first time I went through the game. I could go and hit the Grace real quick and totally refresh myself. But again, I'm pretty strong. And I feel like we can probably take whatever this catacomb's going to throw at us here. But we are going to take some precautions. We'll take our physic. And we are going to bring Lutel to the party when we get in there. Duelist. Okay. It's not so bad. Whoa! Okay, Lutel, you need to pull some. Whoa. Alright, we're just going to keep our distance at this point. Because he's dead. Again, I'm pretty... There we go. See, you, Lutel, you're great, but you're just not tanky enough. And I think that this new spirit is going to be a much tankier fellow who can draw a little more aggro. For me, the squishy wizard. Alright, we'll watch out for the traps on our way back. Not really much in this dungeon. There was the Grave Glovewort, which is useful, but didn't even really get that much in the way of runes or anything there. But we'll mark the Murkwater Catacombs as complete, and I'm just going to go straight to Round Table Hold and upgrade that new Spirit Summon we got. You know, you beat the game once. I keep hitting the jump button because I've got my muscle memory's all mixed up because I've been playing Tunic as well.
Greetings. Are you here for spirit tuning?
Yes, I am here for spirit tuning. So what do we get? We got Banished Knight Engval, a halberdier. One of the two knights dubbed the Wings of the Storm. Despite his banishment, he rejected the invitation of the grace-given lord instead keeping watch over a masterless castle for many years, gaining renown as a hero of the fringes. So he's a little expensive to upgrade, but we're going to do it anyway. We're in fact going to go all the way and increase his power twice and use my second Ghost Glovewort. And we're going to equip him instead of Lutel. So no offense to Lutel the Headless, she's great, but we need someone who can tank for us. And Banished Knight Engval is our guy. So, a couple other interesting spirit summons in there. Won't get into it right this instant. Alright. Didn't really need to take that rest, but what the heck. Alright, and now we are going to essentially proceed into Caelid, I think. We've still got, as I mentioned before, a little bit of Eastern Liurnia to explore. But really the next big point of progress would be to get up onto the Altus Plateau. And we could go through the ravine, which is dangerous. And we could just go into Caelid and, get the other amulet, which is the easier way. So that's what we're going to do. So, our nearest site of grace to Caelid is probably the Summonwater Village outskirts at the moment, so we'll start with that. Already dealt with the Tibia Mariner in the outskirts of Village, so we won't really have to worry about that guy. Something I noticed this playthrough that I didn't notice before, if you look closely at these, at this grave root, this death root coming up through the ground in the areas where the Tibia Mariners are, you can see eyes on them. Look at that. Look at that. They've got eyes on them. And scales. And little hairs. It's absolutely gross. I have a pretty good theory why. The root is, of course, attached to Godwyn, the Golden, the first demigod to die, who was soul killed, but his body was taken to the roots of the Erd tree where he was given a burial, and he's kind of merged with it. And so I suspect that these trees, per se, are actually growing out of that. They've been twisted, and they are now like part of him in a way. He doesn't even seem conscious. He's soul dead, so not exactly what is up with that guy. All right, so I guess we should probably deal with, is it Anneliese Annabelle? I don't remember her name. This is the first of 3 times you fight her in the game. She's a pain in the butt. Now the good news is, I'm a pretty strong caster. Last time I was dealing with her as a fighter. But I can actually play keep away from her. To a certain degree, at the very least. She's super aggressive. She has incredible poise, and she hits like a truck. But I have killed her because I do bleed damage, and I got her with a couple of those early shots. So. Sacred Scorpion Charm for us, and a new save point outside of Caelid. And a couple little goodies to boot. Missionary's Cookbook 3, Nomadic Cookbook 14. These are almost certainly people she killed, right? like. They have to be. Let's take a look at those cookbooks and see what they gave us. It was the Nomadic Warriors Cookbook 14, which is the Poison Pot, the Roped Poison Pot, Poison Bone Dart. Poison is good. The other was the Missionaries Cookbook 3, which is a Silver Pickled Fowl Foot. And she will not respawn in this area. We're not going to see her again probably till Mount Gelmir. The second time we will encounter her. Didn't really give us much in the way of runes or anything, so we're just going to have to sit tight on that. Good news is we can now mount Torrent again because we're outside of her invasion range. We'll stop over at the monument real quick and refresh ourselves on some lore. Nothing wrong with being reminded of the lore. Lord Godfrey, at last at the end of his campaign, his golden army is unvanquished and unbowed, yet finds grace lost, tattered, and faded. Ooh. Get ourselves a little rune over here. There's some dogs up ahead as well. And dogs are the worst. Caelid dogs especially, because they are often rotten. Inflicting rot damage. Oh, there's a lot of shiny skulls over here. I mean, I'm not going to say no to a couple extra golden runes. Never know when those are going to come in handy. So, this way leads to the Rotten Erd Tree. Pretty sure it's just a Rotten Erd Tree avatar that's down there. I don't think it's an ulcerated tree spirit. I don't think we have to worry about that until we get up to Mount Gelmir, as I recall. Ulcerated tree spirits are tough. Especially when you can't do a summon as well. Spirit ashes are there for a reason. Oh, there's a lot of shiny skulls over here. Again, won't say no to a couple extra golden runes. Never know when that'll top you up for a level. Or for an item you want. I'm kind of inclined to try to take these dogs and get whatever item they're hunkering by. Oh, just can't quite one-shot them. That's a pain in the butt. That's okay, though. There's only the two of them, it looks like, so should be fine. Watch, one will jump out and attack me now. Which would be pretty much on par with this game. The two obvious ones you kill, and the one that you didn't see jumps on you from behind and starts chewing on your liver. Alright, and we are officially in Caelid, which was kind of the goal for today. So Caelid's big and intimidating, but honestly, it's not an endgame area. This is really a mid-game area. It's just that a lot of the monsters here are really tough, and this area, more than many, teaches you that sometimes it's best to make a tactical retreat, come back later. But there's a lot of good mid-game items that we can get in here. And we will, in time. It's rotting. Everything rotting scarlet. The very earth that Caelid rests upon, and Celia, town of sorcery. The end is nigh for us all. Yeah, we should definitely do a raid on the town of sorcery, because we are a wizard. So there are a few zombies around. We're going to have to keep our eyes out for them. Not too worried. Whoa! Well, I did say not too worried. I didn't say completely worried. Good news is, still do that bleed damage, and they are definitely vulnerable to it. So, they also do some rot damage, because these are rot zombies, but I mean, they're still fundamentally zombies, and thus slow, and pretty easy to defeat. 100 runes ain't bad. Ooh, there's some slimes here, too. Remember how vulnerable these guys are to magic. The answer is not super. But magic is my main weapon, and so magic we shall use. Is that like an Obi-Wan Kenobi that I was just doing there? He is more rot now than man, twisted and evil. Nothing in the well. It's all stopped up. I'm inclined to... I used a lot of magic, and I did get bitten by a zombie, so I'll just heal that up. Now, Caelid really is the area where... Flame Cleanse Me is super useful, and I unfortunately do not have. I'm 6 levels shy of having 12 faith, so I may just have to kind of pick my way through here pretty carefully. First time I came through Caelid in my first playthrough, I mean, I was a fighter. I wasn't a faith build either, and I don't even know that I found the spell. So, and I made it. Like, I beat the game, so obviously it can be done. I'm not too concerned. It would be super useful, though. Flame Cleanse Me gets rid of rot buildup and poison buildup, and heals you of it if you're afflicted. So, I mean, it's super useful. There's no question of that. I think we're just going to press on. Don't think there's... Oh, more shiny skulls. They're everywhere around here. Don't think there's anything really more in the Rotview area here. Which really is just an opportunity for the game to kind of give you this first look at the blighted hellscape. That castle there, I believe, is where we're headed, actually. We need to... Oh, that might be the Dragon Cathedral. I don't remember. Either way, we're going to poke around. Point is, the second half of the talisman, which will get us up on the Altus Plateau, is in this area. And that's ultimately what we're here to get. And we may die. We may die a couple times, actually. It is what it is. Again, super cash evening of Elden Ring. We will do our best. So we've got some of these Tyrannosaurus Rex Dogs over here. More importantly... Oh, no, don't run away. You're down to 1 hit. Oh, I aggroed the dog. Literally the worst thing that could have happened. He's going to chase me right to the ends of the earth. Little army of the dead that spawns over here. They'll wander by. The dog might actually kill them. Oh, he's keeping his distance. I may have gone outside of his range. I'm actually inclined to try to reset him. I want that golden scarab, because he's probably got something good on him. But I might have to come back and snag him a little later when I can two-shot him. It's like in another level or two. Which reminds me, what spells did I get from this guy? I got the meteorite spell. Oops. And then I unequipped it by accident. Haven't tried it yet. Might be pretty good, actually. Some of the gravity spells apparently are pretty good in this game. They do a lot of stagger damage. And we might be taking advantage of that here and there. Against some bosses. Not planning on challenging Radon tonight, certainly. That'll be probably for a bit later. Yeah, we're going to have to come back for that Scarab later, I think. When I can effectively two-shot it and not have it run off and hide behind the very large dogs. And the very large crow that are basically just trying to make my life difficult. Also, I do ultimately want to get whatever's in that, what in the chest in that thing there. But that'll be for another night. Push the wrong button again. My muscle memory's a little messed up because I have been playing Tunic as well. And so I've still got, like, Tunic buttons in my brain. We're going to pick our way through a little carefully because, again, I'm pretty squishy still, and Caelid hits like a truck. Basically, all of these giant monsters do a ton of damage. And we're kind of here to raid a few things. There are definitely easier enemies in Caelid. And we may challenge them yet, but the T-Rex dogs, I mean, they're tough even in the late game. So these are the Caelid ruins. I don't remember where the map piece is. It's up yonder. Up yonder. Up in the Dragon Barrow, it looks like. There's also a merchant up there. There's actually a couple merchants in Caelid. It makes sense that a number of them would hide out in Caelid, actually, because I can see the guy around the corner. There's a flamethrower tank there. It makes sense that the merchants would hide out in Caelid, several of them, because Caelid's a rotten, blasted hellscape right now. Where, I mean, you'd have to be pretty crazy, like me, to want to come in here. And so it's a pretty effective place to hide from persecution. So there's a couple of them who have made themselves at home in the area. I don't remember the aggro range on the Tyrannosaur dogs, so we're just going to kind of scoot by. We'll jump the gorge and get into Grail's Dragon Burrow, where there is yet another Site of Grace. First thing I try to do when I get into an area is find the map. Just makes getting around a little easier, honestly. And sure enough, the map appears to be just around the corner, so we'll just go grab it real quick. Oh, there's another ghost over here. Did I know you were over here? I'm dry as a bone. Fool dragon, surrender your strength. Let me feast on your heart. So that guy's obviously a dragon cultist. There are a lot of dragons around here, and indeed we have to scoot around one of them. The ancient dragon. Okay, we got the Dragon Barrow map. That gives us most of the map of the area. I know there's dragons around. I don't want to aggro one of them right now. The dragons in this area aren't boss dragons. They're actually a little bit weaker than that. But, I mean, Caelid's still a pretty tough area right now. I'm more or less leveled for it, but it's still a challenging area for me at the moment. I'm just going to kind of scoot around, take a look at the map, get stock of the area. So there's a mine over here, also a mine over here. This, if I'm not mistaken, is the fort we want to get to. And this actually is the isolated merchant. We should go visit him right away. Before it becomes nighttime, because Lord knows we don't want the bell-bearing hunter to come after us right now. Am I going the right way? I'm going the right way. Because this would be a bad time to have to deal with that. So there's his shack. And you may notice all of the giant mutated wolves around here. Now, good news is, again, their aggro range is pretty small. So we can pretty safely get around all of them. Grab ourselves a Site of Grace, so we can come and visit the isolated merchant at our leisure.
Well,
talk to him.
It's been an age since I've seen a customer. How can I help here at the end of the earth?
Let's see what he's got. He's got some festering bloody fingers, a little gravel stone, a ritual pot, handy. Come back for that at some point. Never really used Lost Ashes of War in my last playthrough. He has the Beast Repellent Torch, which is super handy. I don't have the strength to use it. I mean, I still could. I could two-hand it. The Beast Repellent Torch is super handy. Because it does exactly what it says on the label. If you have the torch out, it makes wolves, bears, even the giant dogs here in Caelid think twice about attacking you. They still will aggro if you attack them, or if you maybe like push them too far. But they'll be inclined to kind of keep away, and that's handy. That's not the most handy torch in the game, but handy nonetheless. They got the samurai suit, sacrificial twig, and a couple of things. Not the most useful merchant in the game, but
safe journey.
that's okay. It's a decent little place to rest here in Caelid. We're just gonna not worry about going past the dogs, and we'll just warp right back to the Dragon Barrow. Now we need to make our way. I think that's the Citadel of Dragon Communion over in the distance. Our job right now is to kind of weave our way past a bunch of dragons. Including a particularly eminent and ancient one. Who we're definitely not going to bother trying to kill right now. That's largely a waste of time. So there's one there. We're going to keep our eyes out for them. You can hear them stomping around. There's two of them in the lake there. One of them up on the hill. I think I see maybe another one over there too. We need to get to that fort in the distance. It's not as hard as it seems. You can kind of scoot around. You don't have to really fight any of the dragons here at this juncture. And indeed, that's kind of not my goal at the moment. As a squishy wizard, I've said this before in previous streams, you got to pick your spot, right? Fight smarter, not harder. This guy looks silvery. Don't you disappear on me. Oh, he's an exploder. Oh, but he dropped a somber smithing stone 8. Nothing wrong with that. Took almost all of my magic. I don't think there's anything over here. I mean, we could probably try to get into the Caelid. We don't need to right now get into the Caelid Tower. Pretty decent weapon in the bottom of it. You have to fight a Godskin boss. But, I mean, doable. And then obviously you will need to get up there to activate some of your runes later on, but we don't need to do it yet. The Redmane soldiers who are in there are also pretty tough, if I'm honest. So we're going to do a little drop down here. Get around those dragons. Because there's some stuff down here we can do. And as I recall, there's nothing down here that's going to punish us for doing it. A rune arc, somber smithing stone 9, some dragon wound grease, an arterial leaf. Nothing too major, but I mean, nothing too bad either. Rune arcs in particular are invaluable. Some rare ingredients, somber smithing stone, like a high level one. Nothing wrong with that. Now we're just going to kind of like skirt around these dragons here. Alright, this way leads us to an Erd tree. We actually want to go up. This is where we're going to be a little stealthy, because there are more dragons here. And they are guarding, literally, the mother of dragons. Grail herself. There she is. She is enormous. She is so big. and so elderly that she can only just kind of lie there. But the good news is we do not have to challenge her. I mean, she's easy to beat. If you get up around her, you can just attack her from behind. She will never move. The other dragons who are guarding her are a little more problematic, naturally. May have alerted someone to my presence. But that's okay. Because again, we can skirt around them. We don't have to go through them at all. Some broken pots up this way. But this actually isn't the way to the Erd Tree. The Erd Tree is down below us. There is a spirit string here, so we can jump down to the minor Erd Tree. As I recall, there is a minor Erd Tree avatar down there. Or this might be one of the ones where an ulcerated tree spirit pops up. I don't recall now off the top of my head. But again, that's for a later exploration. Our main goal today was to get here. Because this is where we will find the second half of the elevator talisman for the Altus Plateau. And the Altus Plateau is kind of our next major point of like attack. Now this is a pretty awful place, naturally. Good news is there's a site of grace right here, and we're in fact going to use it because I did use a potion. Now, as I recall, there's no like secret back door or anything, but we're going to poke around nonetheless. Because anytime you don't have to necessarily go charging in the front door of a place, don't necessarily go charging in the front door of a place. Alack. It looks like I do indeed have to charge into the front door. I'm going to pop down here real quick, actually. See what's around the corner. Totally forgot this bat was here. Now these bats are essentially casters. They are tough. At least as tough a caster as I am. I may die, but that's okay. Because I'm right by a site of grace. May have knocked me down. I'm gonna try this gravity spell. And I hit everything but the bat. So again, gravity spells do a lot of knockdown. Oh, she one-shot me with that attack. Wow. Now here's the thing. I might be able to beat that bat. They're tough. They're like mini-boss strength, I want to say, for an area. Again, the good news is we're right here. And I managed to pull the bat back far enough that like I will have effectively lost nothing. I'll be able to get my runes back. It's not too concerned. But I might be able to bushwhack that bat. My gravity spell effectively knocked her down. It does a lot of stagger damage. And then I can attack with my blood dagger. Ugh. See, I got greedy. I was expecting her to try to do something ranged, and she came in and bit me. Now I'm in trouble, because those runes are now close to that bat. It's fine. I should be fine. But I think we've learned maybe don't bother with that bat right now. Those caster bats are particularly nasty. But we're fine. This is fine. Just going to kind of run in, grab our stuff, and run back out. She did aggro. That's fine. It was a good idea. Also, hi. I'm going to use the Site of Grace just to get rid of that aggro, because I don't want to deal with that bat right now. We are, however, going to have to deal with all of the other bats who are inside of this place. So we shall. What would be the best way to deal with them, I wonder? We're mostly just going to kind of be running through. But if we could get... Let's maybe ask Banished Knight Ingval. Let's take him out for a first spin here. Alright, my dude. You're going to help me get past some bats. Here they come. Now, the bats do breathe poison. That is problematic. Now I am poisoned. And I'm using the wrong spell. I'm not too worried about the poison. I'm more worried about the bats. It is kind of possible to just run this. But I want to see if Ingval is capable of maybe, like, killing a bunch of bats, honestly. I realize I'm poisoned. It's fine. This is fine. I will deal with it in due course. I am only very slowly. This is fine. Ingval's doing pretty good, actually. No notes. For Banished Knight Ingval. Okay, Ingval is dead now. So, what have we learned? We've learned Ingval is not able to tank all of the bats in that place all at once. It's okay. It's okay. Super cash. And we're learning. We're learning. I seem to recall last time I just literally ran through there. And I think that might be plan B here. So what we're going to do is we're going to summon Ingval just to be a huge distraction. And while he's distracting the bats, I'm going to run for it. This is indeed also fine. Look at that. I even outran the poison. Thanks for watching me stream tonight, too. It's ever nice to have someone join. Now, Ingval is actually useful up here, too, because there are invisible knights up here who are going to try to murder me. So we're going to actually take a Wondrous Physic. Ingval, did you go back down there? Oh, God. I actually need you up here, man. I really do actually need you up here, Ingval. There's one of them there. There's two of them there. Okay. Okay, this is bad. Ingval. 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 Alright, I had a freebie, and Ingval is dead. Okay, that's one down. That's two down. Okay. The problem is those aren't the only two of them. And Engvall managed to get himself killed by bats, so we're going to have to proceed with caution. I don't remember where they are. Oh, there's one of them there. Hey! The good news is, daggers use very little stamina, and I basically just managed to stunlock that guy and then get a crit on him. Oh boy. Part of the problem is I don't remember where I have to go in this place to get the thing I need to get. I'm going to very cautiously come down here. I see your bat wings. I see them. I see them in the floor. This is... I see you, okay? Oh, God. That rat legitimately scared the crap out of me and very nearly killed me. Golden Rune 12, though. That's not bad. I'll take that any day of the week. That rat legit scared me. Okay. I'm afraid to move. Because I don't want something to... I don't want more of those guys to spawn yet. So, I think I'm looking to get up that tower. Boo rat! Boo rat. Look, I'm not so proud that I'm not just going to slash a man to death with a magic dagger infused with bleed power, okay? I'm not that proud. These guys are tough. I will stab them to death. I'm not sure what's down there. Don't recall, at the very least. Going to continue to proceed with care. Oh no! That actually was incredibly bad, because now I have to get through the whole area again. And I had 15,000 runes! Hooray! I may lose those runes, and that makes me a little sad. I have a kind of new plan. There's a really good item over there that I'm just not going to get right now. Yes, yes, poison. Thank you. Didn't outrun the poison that time, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. But this is okay. What we're going to do this time, we're going to summon our knight up where the dudes spawn. Oh, and I totally missed this. Which, ironically, was the very thing I was up here looking for. That's funny. Do I not have any poison boluses? That's a pain. That's a real pain. I want to get my stuff back. Oh. What have I done? We can do this. We can do this. Mostly I just want to get my runes back. So, Engvall, follow me. You spawn. Engvall. Oh my god. Nope. Nope, my dude, you need to save me. Now I need to save you. Okay. Oh no, Engvall, don't. Oh god, he jumped down. Alright. Well, he's dead. The good news is, we got the runes. Alright. And we're gonna run away. We're gonna run away. And this time, sir, I'm not giving you the chance to get close. Vengeance. Sweet. Sweet vengeance. Oh, we dropped something too. A brass shield. We'll check out the lore on that in just a sec. We're going to come up and grab this one too because Radon Soldier Greaves. Pretty useless, but fine. And we're just going to immediately vacate. Squishy Wizard. Pick your fights. I might be able to level after all that, and indeed I can. So obviously intelligence is good because it's going to increase our magic damage. Vigor is good because it makes us a little less squishy. I don't remember what I took last time, but I do seem to recall that I was going to try to alternate a little bit between vigor and intelligence. I mean, I do like shooting stuff with magic. And I do want to two-shot that Scarab over by the T-Rex dogs. This is kind of spoiling a mid-game area for you. And I do want you to play this game, because it's rad. But, I know you will. And I like your company, so... even if it is virtual. How many runes do I have right now? I have 5,000 runes. That's a lot-ish, and I'd rather... I can't, though, because it's on PC. I have it on PC. I can't lend it to you. Unlike Bloodborne, which I had on PS4. I'm inclined to spend my 5,000 runes rather than risk losing them, because I did see a particularly good item in there. And I want to get it, so. But I don't want to lose a bunch of runes. So we're going to spend some. There was this ritual pot, and I think I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab the Beast Repellent Torch, even though I can't really effectively use it. And that only leaves me with 1,000 runes, and 1,000 runes isn't that bad. And then we're just going to pop right back to Fort Faroff. I'm wondering if there's another boss I could try to take on. That's not like too like some of the Caelid bosses might be a little outside of my league right now. I am almost certainly going to get killed by bats here, but this is okay. My whole goal here at the moment... Oh, I outran the poison this time. Perfect. My whole goal at the moment is to try to get... Oh, no! How did it reach me? Bats and their poison, I tell you. Do I have the ability to make some poison boluses, I wonder? Ugh. I've got their aggro and I can't go into my menu. There we go. Can I make some poison boluses? I cannot make some poison boluses. I do not have that power. And I am real poisoned right I am like mega poisoned right now. Like, it is barely ticking away, and my health is depleting very quickly. I know you guys are. I also know the rat is there. I know. Okay. I need to get into there. I need to find basically the right spot in the roof to jump through. 1,000 runes is nothing. I'm not too concerned about losing that at this point in the game. And that was always a possibility, so. Get my little belt lantern going again. Like, you can see Grail's wing there. That's how huge she is. She's absolutely enormous. She's so enormous she can't effectively move. In fact, there's someone who put out a video where they had hacked the game to allow her to attack, and it crashed the game. Her attacking, her like actually initiating an attack on something broke the game. That's how enormous she is. Okay, well, I didn't get poisoned that time, so that actually is good. We'll give ourselves we'll take our physic because that gives us one free shot. And we kind of need to figure out where we need to drop down. So I'm going to try to take stock of about where I am here. So we popped up there after coming in basically there. Do we need to come down in here? Is this the way down we need to go? Oh, this was a trap. Now, regular bats don't spew poison. That's the kind of like the advanced bats who are spewing poison at us. I made the bats go away. How do we get... There's an item there. I can see it. I can see it shining right there. And it's orange, which means it's really good. The problem is, I don't know where to go to get it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got poisoned that time. Take our physic, so we can take one free shot. Quaff a potion. Gonna do a little run around here. I want to take a look at this area again. Oh hey, got my runes back. No, I don't want to fight you, sir. Sir. Oh. Alright, clearly I need to kill that one guy alive. I want to take another look down here. I think maybe there is a way down there from up here. He can. He can do exactly that. It's fine. This is fine. This is all a little bit trial and error. Is it my proudest moment in the game? No. Is it that bad? Also. I'm gonna climb faster. Maybe that'll help. Yeah. Get out of the range of that poison. Don't have to worry about poison. Don't have to worry about anything. I mean, ultimately, we got what we really came here for, which was the other half of the talisman. But I really want to see what that orange thing is. So this time, we're going to summon Engvall a little sooner. So we're going to just, like, pop around here. Give him a little invite to the party. Let this guy spawn. As he. And we're just going to let Engvall beat him up. While also pelting him with magic. Oh, those guys dropped some stuff before, too, which we never actually took a look at. Probably should. Guy spawned. I happened to catch sight of the... Oh, some poison-neutralizing boluses, too. 2 of them, no less. All right, that didn't go exactly to plan, but that's okay. This is fine. We're fine. We took care of the bad guys, the immediate bad guys. Just give that guy a total crit. Now, Engvall will stick around until we leave the area of the summon sigil. So he's here to stay until we either clear every enemy in the area or we leave the area. So, or he dies. And he's very tall. He's very tall. Very tall. Probably handsome. Ruggedly handsome underneath there. Yeah, I'm imagining that. Anyway. So yeah, we're going to come down here. There's the rat. I see a rat. I don't like that rat. I don't like the way that rat's looking at me. I see a couple rats over there, actually. And bats. There's the bats. There's the rats. Rats and bats. The rat is less handsome for sure. That rat over there is not going to gank us this time either. Especially not with our handsome bodyguard, Banished Knight Engvall, on the case. Do not fight those bats. Oh, he fought the bats. All right. Sir, I needed you to fight the rats, not the bats. Okay, so there's rats back there. How do we get to the rats? Well, now Engvall is dead. Is there maybe another ladder down there that I could use to get up here? Or is there like a funky jump? Oh, right. There's another guy. Sirs. All right. My bodyguard is gone. Could you please kindly go away? I realize I'm up to 6,000 runes because I killed a bunch of guy. Yeah, I died. This is okay. This is fine. It's fine. I mean, I could just come back later, too. I don't know why I'm... It's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't know why I'm so determined to go and get that thing right now. And maybe that's just it. Maybe we just come back later. Let's go take a look at Grail's butt. So this is Grail, the giant ancient dragon. We can attack her. Absolutely, we can. You can kill her. She has an obscene amount of health. Strangely, you can't mount her. You can't just jump on her back and, like, walk up her spine. Got all those little dragons down there, too. I mean, she drops a heck of amount of runes. But she's a decrepit ancient dragon, so, I mean, at best you're mercy killing her. It's not a fight. It's not even a fight. Ultimately, we've... it is very disappointing. At the end of the day, we got what we came for here at Fort Faroth. I'm kind of inclined to get the rest of the map of Caelid. I think there's 2 more map pieces in Caelid. There's one for the Swamp of Aeonia, and then there's one for, like, South Caelid, I think. This is the map that we've got so far. Fort Hate is where we got the first part of the amulet. And we could just go and head up to the Altus Plateau at this juncture. We could also head down underground. I haven't explored the Sofa River depths much yet. And I'm wondering if I'm leveled enough for it right now. I mean, probably. There's stuff down there that could definitely wreck me, but I mean, there's stuff to find. And stuff to find is the important thing. How do I want to proceed? I guess that's ultimately the question here. Do I want to keep tooling around in Red Rotten Caelid? Or do I want to advance a little bit over this way? I mean, both areas are roughly kind of the same level-wise. There's no major boss, I think, that I can really challenge at the moment. I could maybe try to take on the Magma Worm, but that would involve climbing a ravine. And I just don't want it right now, if I'm honest. I could go fight a dragon, like a proper dragon boss. We never actually did fight... I can't remember the name of the dragon in the lake here. But, I mean, that would be an easier fight at this juncture, because I am much stronger. I never finished the Impaler's Catacombs. Fascinating. Or the Morn Tunnel. Oh, there's stuff in Morn that I never dealt with. You know what? Let's go fight a boss. Let's do another catacomb. Let's get some more stiff. So, what do we know about the Impaler's Catacombs? There are imps. They are bad. So imps do bleed damage. They actually do a heckin' amount of bleed damage. They're fast. They like to hide in nooks and crannies. They'll throw stuff at you. They're just generally bad. I can pretty much two-shot the ones in here, so that's not bad. That's pretty good. Not dropping a lot of runes. That activates the summoning pool, so I can now summon help in here if I want. I don't. Summoning allies also opens you up to invasion in areas, and I am not a big fan of PvP. I can see all of you. You jerks. So most catacombs have a layout similar to this, wherein the boss door is actually right by the entrance, but it is locked by some contraption. So you have to venture deep into the catacomb to find the lever which will open it. Every now and then you find one that is the opposite. The lever's right up front, and the trick is actually to go and find the door. But the majority of them are this way. They're full of traps. They're full of imps and or skeletons. They're bad. Very much so, yes. I hear something. I hear something. It said be wary of right. Oh, I see. I see you, sir. I'm legit looking up on walls and on the roof for more of them. Grave Glovewort is fine. It's good. It is the item that you use to... Oh, I found some items, and I never actually bothered to take a look at them. And I've killed all the enemies in the immediate vicinity, so it should be fine. So, it's a smithing... Oh, I have 2 golden seeds, too. I should upgrade my flasks. Smithing stones increase regular weapons. They're your crafting material for that. Somber smithing stones reinforce... It says special armaments. It's actually... unique weapons, like the knife I'm using right now, Reduvia, would require Somber Smithing Stone. Grave Glovewort increases your regular Summon Ashes, and Ghost Glovewort, of which I don't have any at the moment, increases your unique Summon Ashes. So, Knight Engval, for example, would require Ghost Glovewort, but my 3 Lone Wolves, all 3 of them, the Lone Wolves, would require just regular Grave Glovewort to increase. What else did we find? The Crystal Tears, are what you mix into your Physic. You have 1 bottle of it, so you get 1 dose per camp, I suppose, per use of checkpoint. And you can change up what the effects of it are. Mine currently acts as half a flask, but also essentially makes me largely immune to the next hit that I take. Memory stones are useful for memorizing your spells. All my magic. I've got a lot of magics because I'm a magic user. There's my faith spells. These are Ashes of War. These are skills that can be attached to a weapon. I can't with Reduvia because Reduvia has a built-in Ash of War. That's that like blood attack that I can do. Reduvia, my weapon. But what we found a shield and we found some leggings. So let's take a look. We found a brass shield. On the larger side, for a medium-sized shield, the face has been covered in brass, commonly employed in the shattering. Pretty standard shield. I did get the beast repellent torch. Torches such as these were used to keep unwelcome beasts away from treasure troves hidden in caves. And we got the Radon soldier Greaves. Greaves worn by soldiers who fought by General Radon's side, rust-worn and stained through unending conflict. General Radon did fight a lot of dudes and had some loyal soldiers helping him along the way. I hear something on the baby monitor that might require intervention. Nope, quieted down. Might be good. Be wary of surface, seek down. Oh, no, it started back up. All right. I need to take a brief pause. I will be right back in like 5 minutes tops. I'm just going to be paused here because I know I'm in a safe spot. So bear with me. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry if my mic crackles there a little while I'm adjusting it. Okay. Crisis averted. Anybody watching this later, thank you for your patience. And obviously, thank you for your patience right now. Okay, so, what do we got here? Big empty room with spikes on the roof. Weird. Almost as though it were a trap. Some grave violet. A little ghost glovewort. Thank you for the follow. And then a room full of zombos. We got zombos in here. Now, these zombies, as I recall, basically just keep spawning forever. If I kill them, more of them will just come out of the water. So we're just going to kind of scoot around. And we're just going to make a run. We're just going to make a run for it. Grab all the grave glovewort that we can find on the way. Make a climb. I actually thought a giant crab was going to pop up there too. Don't know why I thought that was in there. And here we have found the lever. Now, what are the chances there's an imp in this room? I'm not targeting anything. Somewhere, a heavy door has opened. Be wary of left, they say. I wonder if there's an imp to the left. Super high imp chance, for sure. A little more grave glovewort. Always nice to see. And look at that. Pops us out right by the door to the boss. So, we are going to swing back to our site of grace. We are not going to level up because we've only got 400 runes. The guy actually hit me, and I'm a little upset about that. But this is fine. This is absolutely fine. Those are the only two imps we're going to have to deal with, so... I have no recollection whatsoever what is behind this boss fog. Be wary of boss, thank you. Dog, and then pack ahead. Oh, I think I remember what's back there now. Oh, boy. Okay. What is probably the best way to deal with this? I mean... Is it just banish Knight Engvall? Do I just banish Knight Engvall? I think I banish Knight Engvall. Alright, let's prep with my physics so that we have a little freebie. We summon Engvall immediately. And then we have to deal with imps. Imps everywhere! And, of course, oh my god. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. Okay. The ads in this fight are the thing that's a problem in this fight. The Erdtree Watchdog is actually not the problem. I can deal with an Erdtree Watchdog. The imps that he brings to the fight are the worst. And we've defeated an Earth Tree Burial Watchdog. We got the Demi-Human Ashes. Another summon ash is always a nice thing to add to the family. Grab our root resin here. Useful crafting materials. This game does allow you to craft your own items, so in addition to finding stuff, you can make stuff. Assorted arrows and whatnot. Furl-calling finger remedies, which allow you to summon other players. Your various greases to apply to your weapons, and of course, pots. You're limited to the amount of pots that you can make by the amount of cracked pots you have. They're magic, and when they break, they come back together, but they've spread their contents. So if you have unused cracked pots, you can stuff them full of fire magic or whatever, and you've got a fire pot. And then when you use it, it's just a regular pot again. Ritual pots are basically the same thing, but like bigger. He probably didn't drop a lot of runes, because this is an earlier area which I just never got around to dealing with, apparently. Yeah, he didn't. I've only got 3,000 runes. Let's take a look at those ashes we got, though. The Demi-Human Ashes. Spirits of demi-humans that are small in stature, but have a violent, brutish disposition. Though they seem somewhat intelligent, when night falls, their blood boils and they become feral. Yeah, they, as enemies, when you encounter them in the wild, they are more aggressive at night. The big ones also kind of act as captains, and if you beat a big one, the little ones sometimes scatter. Their bravery disappears with them. I actually have some Fanged Imp Ashes, so I can summon the imps that I've been fighting. Spirits well suited to causing a disturbance, moving nimbly like pests and hurling magic pots. That is very much their MO. The two imps seemed fond of each other's company. Oh, they're friends. They're friends. You know what? I actually didn't think of. I was so focused on summoning Engvall. I have a bunch of crystal darts. Crystal darts are actually super effective against imps and Erd Tree Watchdogs and all of these little crafted golem enemies, because if you hit them with enough of them, they go berserk and will start attacking each other. So I could have used them on those imps, and they would have started attacking the Erd Tree Watchdog. And I totally forgot that was a thing. More specifically, I forgot I had all those... Oop. No, that's not what I want to do. Forgot I had all the crystal darts. We're going to go deal with the Morn Tunnel as well, because apparently I didn't deal with it earlier. So the tunnels are mines. Great place to find smithing stones and whatnot. We'll activate the summoning pool just in case. I probably shouldn't need it. This area will, again, be... do a little sneaky sneak here. Should be... Yeah, I can one-shot the main enemies in this area, so... This is a Misbegotten. They're, Misbegotten. And they're going to be the kind of main enemy in this area, besides the miners. The fact that I can one-shot them with my Great Glintstone Shard is good. That is handy. I'm just going to preemptively deal with these ones. Entirely so I just don't have to worry about them later when I get down below. I heard it coming. I didn't think it would clear the gap. Ooh, you're sneaky. You're a sneaky one. All right, we'll deal with you later. These are the miners. They're actually pretty tough. They have pretty high resistance to damage, but they are vulnerable in some interesting ways, and apparently magic is one of them. Do a little jumpy jump there. I mean, might as well just kill that guy. That guy's going to be too far away. Yeah. Yeah. All right. What are the chances that Misbegotten's trying to come back up? We're gonna do a little sneaky sneak. Do a little sneaky sneak. Keep our eyes out. Keep our head on a swivel. You never know when an enemy's going to be hiding around a corner. Or in this case, having a snooze. Oh. Missed that one. There we go. Nobody else floating around here. So we'll grab ourselves a golden rune 2. And an old fang. The miners are always working on ore deposits. Ooh, he dropped an explosive stone. With smithing stone. So, like, you can always grab some pretty easy smithing stone in these areas. Grab some treasure, some stanching boluses. Those are good. Those ones will deal with bleed damage, as I recall. So if you're accumulating bleed, you can use one of the stanching boluses, and it will deplete the bleed on you. Still exploring, grabbing what we can grab along the way. Do I not have my... I don't have my lantern on. You can carry a torch just as easily. I like to use the lantern because it's hands-free. There is 100% a dog or something in there. I guarantee it. Wary of behind. I think I killed the guy there. What do we got here? We got the exalted flesh, or some exalted flesh. That's like a one-shot item. It's a consumable. That's what I'm looking for. Large glintstone scrap. Nothing wrong with that. I think I need that for some. Seek precious item. You mean this somber smithing stone one? It's a pretty precious item. Sorry, what was I saying? I think I need that for some of my crafting. Pretty much cleared out that way, so we'll double back this way. I'm being a little incautious in this cave because I'm stronger than pretty much everything here. So I'm not super worried. But as is true with any Souls-like game, if you get too incautious, it can come and bite you in the butt. For example, I think that was the one that attacked me before. And this time, sir, ma'am, person, had my revenge. What you dropped? Another explosive stone. I can hear something. I hear you. Another somber smithing stone. These guys were chopping away at this arteria leaf. That's a rare crafting material. Not great, but not bad. Another explosive stone, some more smithing stone. That's probably the way of progression. And indeed, that seems to be the case. So before we move onward, we're going to double back again over here. Get some soft cotton. Soft cotton is a consumable that reduces the amount of fall damage you take. It's a little misleading because you will still die from a fall if you fall a certain distance, whether or not you've got the cotton equipped. What are the chances there's a Stake of America here? There is not. Stake of America is useful. It's basically a respawn site that isn't a campfire. So if I get trounced by whatever is behind this door, I will have to make a run back from the entrance. I'm trying to see if I can see through the crack and see what might be in there. I can't super tell. I think it might be just a big misbegotten, which is good. I mean, I can easily take a big misbegotten. We're going to top up. And we're going to bring Summon Knight Engvall into play because he's my tank. It is. It's just a big misbegotten. And the Scaly Misbegotten is dead. Again, I'm pretty high level for this area. Dropped a Rusted Anchor. And obviously Engvall desummoned. It didn't expect weak foe for sure. We'll applaud that message. We'll give that person a little heal. Yeah, we're done in here. So I think we've killed absolutely everything in the entire area, so we can just kind of run back. Then we'll take a look at that anchor, see what it has to say. Get all that juicy lore. Thought that was a resource I could take, but it wasn't. I was deceived. Make our way back this way. The protective bubble on me doesn't last forever. It is fairly long-lasting, but I mean, eventually it will go away, and it will go away if I use the Site of Grace. So, yeah, we're back. Bring down the elevator. There we go. Beat a couple bosses. Minor bosses, minor early game bosses that I'd overlooked from earlier, but I mean, get a few items that way. Nothing wrong with that. So we will mark that as complete, so I don't think to come back later. Yeah, and this is a pretty safe area, so I'm pretty confident that we can take a look at what we found there. What we got? We got an anchor. Rusted Anchor, technically a great axe, does pierce damage. 26 strength to use, not surprising, it is a great axe. Rusty Anchor wielded as a weapon. Each of its 4 flukes is thick and sharp, enabling piercing attacks. When the Tarnished left the lands between with their lord, one boat alone is said to have been left behind. And it gives the barbaric roar, Ash of War. My protective bubble has worn out. I'm getting a little parched in the throat. I'm going to take a little sip of the water there. Refreshing. So where to next? Now we have beaten 2 major bosses. We've beaten Godric the Grafted, and we've beaten Rennala, Queen of the Full Moon. We've also beaten some other major bosses in the Royal Moon Grazing Grounds and the and Margaret the Fell Omen here on the bridge. Basically anywhere that I've marked a skull, I've beaten a boss there. And it's mostly just so that I don't waste my time going back if I don't have to. Not all of these places have a boss, obviously. Some of them do. Someone in one of my groups has defeated a Sharbear. I've joined a couple covenants, which can be done with the multiplayer here. So I've got some group passwords set up. Yegsouls is kind of like my my main local group. It's people in and around Edmonton. If you're watching this later and you want to join in, I don't imagine there's many people in it, but that's fine. Seekers is Vati Vidya's group, and it's pretty active because he's got hundreds, thousands of followers. When you are part of one of those little covenants, you see those little boosts I have up in the corner there, in that upper corner. A lot of those boosts come from when people do great things in the game, beat a major boss, stuff like that. Everybody else in the group gets a bonus for it, gets a boost. So it is not unreasonable to join a little covenant like that. I recommend Seekers because it's pretty active, and you frequently pop the bonus in that way. So, and if you just want to be part of my little group, Yegsouls it is. So, so next, I think we're going to come up into this area. So there's a minor Erd tree over here, which is guarded by ancestor spirits in the labyrinth here. Up here is, of course, the Church of Vows, the best place with the best NPC in the game. Down here, there is a church area which we should take in, and then, of course, the elevator up to the plateau, which is kind of my next target. Back here, there's also a village which is afflicted with madness, and this whole area is actually super dangerous because this tower right here actually spreads madness through the area. And you have to get up there and kill the dudes who are up there to stop it from continuing. And it is not easy. So we're probably going to stay away from that area. We really, ultimately, we need to get up in here, up in the ravine area, which we might be able to do from Carria Manor, actually. From behind Carria Manor. First, I mean, let's go visit in on the best NPC in the game. Why wouldn't we do that? Uh-oh, it's nighttime. I've made a terrible mistake. The bell-bearing hunter is here. So in major areas where there's merchants and stuff, if you show up at night, the merchant won't be on hand. Instead, the bell-bearing hunter will be there, hunting for their bell-bearing. If a major NPC who sells stuff dies, they drop their bell-bearing, you can take it back to the central hub area and give it to the Twin Maiden Husks, and then basically their shop reopens at the Twin Maiden Husks. They're dead, but you can still buy all the stuff that they would have provided you. The bell-bearing hunter is a dude who's hunting for those bell-bearings. He's a bad, bad man, and he is very hard because he has a magic sword that he can throw, and it will dance, and it is not super. Now, the good news is we can just hang out till noon at the campfire. We don't need to fight that guy. I'm a squishy wizard. I don't want to fight that guy. Besides, we're not here to see the bell-bearing hunter. Wait, no. Why is the bell-bearing hunter still here? Dude. I told you, magic dancing sword. What did I say? The problem is there's also skeletons back here. Oh, and it has just such range. I'm just going to let him kill me. I don't want to fight him. I lose literally nothing because I will respawn right there, go get my runes, and he should be gone, so. Where did I drop those runes? There we go. All right, and now, at last, it's daytime, for sure. He's gone, and the best NPC in the game. We can finally visit. And that is, of course, Muriel, the Turtle Pope.
Greetings. Do you need anything?
Just the pleasure of your company, Muriel. That's all I need. That's all I need. He's still got some powerful magics that we cannot afford, but we'll want to get. Star Shower, Glintstone Comet Shard, which I actually have the intelligence to use. I should remember next time I have 12,000. I might be able to get 12,000 runes right now. We all love Turtle Pope. He's the best. I got me some golden runes. How much does golden rune 6 give me? 2,000. How much does golden rune 7 give me? 2,500. Oh, we're close. We're close. May have overdone it there. That's okay.
Is there something?
Muriel, sell me a Glintstone Comet Shard. He's got the Carrying Greatsword as well, and the Star Shower. Both very useful. But we're here for a Comet Shard. You can also learn miracles from him in addition to sorceries. Basically, of all of the merchants in the game, if you find an incantation book or a sorcery book, you can bring them to, there's individual vendors who you can bring them to, who will then be able to teach you the sorceries in them. Muriel can do all of that, all by himself, making him the best magics vendor in the game. So just bring your prayer scrolls, bring your spell books, bring them to Muriel. He'll hook you up. And he's happy to do it. It is his pleasure to do it. And it is my pleasure to give him my business. So let's take a look at this Comet Shard. Because I'm probably going to memorize it. Glintstone Comet Chart fires a magic comet with a trailing tail. This sorcery can be cast repeatedly and while in motion. Charging enhances potency. Charging is good. I like charging. Sorcery of the Caralos Conspectus, the most venerable of the Academy. We're going to give it a test as soon as we've equipped it. See how it functions. Because it might be the better version of my Great Glintstone Shard, which is my most basic spell and the one that I've been mostly using. I did note that I have 2 golden seeds, but I need 3 apparently to increase my flasks. Do I have any sacred tears? I do not. Alright, this is fine. I'm going to memorize the new spell. I don't use Glintstone stars all that much. So let's replace Comet Shard with that. I do have Glintstone Comet as well. But alas, it uses 52 intelligence, which I am nowhere near. I'm pretty close to being able to use the Shattering Crystal spell, though. Because I'm up at, I want to say, 36 intelligence at the moment. So, wherever you find these little cemeteries, generally speaking, you're going to find some skeletons. So we're going to pop a skeleton somewhere. Grab that golden rune first, but yeah, we're going to pop some skeletons. Going to be one somewhere, and indeed, there it is. Oh yeah, that was satisfying. 500 damage on that. Oh yeah, skeletons come back if you don't kill their soul. Something to remember. Oop. Got a little greedy there. I don't have to charge it, but it does have a little bit of a wind-up. I'm taking care of that guy, and we're just going to one-shot that guy. Oh! Sir, I do not like that. Thank you. Good day. You're dead. And rightly so. That little red glow that hit me after I beat that guy, when you beat like a pack of enemies, it'll replenish any flasks that you've used. Either magic or one or the other, basically. Magic flasks or health flasks. So that's handy, that's useful. That spell's pretty good. It has a little bit of a wind-up, so that's something to keep in mind. But it hits pretty hard. And I do like a spell that hits pretty hard. So, next we need to figure out how to get over here. Without necessarily having to go through over here. And I think I said that we might try from behind Caria Manor. So we'll summon Torrent. Torrent is our very good ghost, is our goat horse. He can do a magic little double jump. He comes when called. He is the best. More shiny skulls. Shiny skulls are good. Shiny skulls give you golden rune 1s. And I mean, every little bit helps, right? Over here is the Everjail, which we've already beaten. I did defeat the boss that was in the Royal Grave Everjail, so we don't have to worry about him. Mostly we're just over here to see if maybe we can cross. Are you taking off? Well, thanks for hanging out for a bit. I'm probably only going to be playing for another 20 or so minutes, because I was only going to really do 2 hours. So, but thanks for hanging out. Cheers to you too. And if you're curious how this ends, you can watch it later, because I will post it to YouTube, where I have been posting these for posterity. Have a good night. Grab some crystal buds. No obvious way across. I don't particularly want to aggro those guys. Oh, hello. Hello. Yes, there is a way across. Okay, it's over yonder. And the good news is the magical trap at the Carrion Manor shouldn't be active anymore. So we'll skip by the Albinarix and avoid. All right, we're going to have to go to the main gate, it looks like. It's not from behind the manor, it's from in front of the manor. But the good news is, once again, now that we've dealt with the boss in the manor, which is full of these giant disembodied hands that act like spiders, we don't have to worry about the magic trap anymore. That was shooting at us before we came up here. So we can more freely make our way down this way. Not only can we shall. I might go as far as just getting up the plateau. There is an invisible Scarab beetle in this area, which we're going to try to catch. Oh, I should have stayed still. It was coming right at me. The invisible Scarab beetles, generally speaking, they drop cool stuff. Often ashes of war and stuff. For example, the Hoarfrost Stomp. Fun fact, Hoarfrost Stomp used to be terribly broken. It was the best Ash of War in the game, and you could essentially stun lock bosses with it. It has been nerfed rather significantly, and is no longer absolutely broken. Still pretty useful. I would say that it's still an okay Ash of War overall. Just definitely not as good as it once was. And we can make our way over here. A couple miners down there. Don't really need to deal with them. That way leads down into the ravine, but that's not the direction we're going. Up here we've got Boink, another merchant.
I don't want any trouble.
I know you don't. You've already had enough trouble. You guys are okay in my books. He sells incredibly valuable bewitching branches. Bewitching branches can't be made until kind of the late game when you will learn how to craft them. But they turn an enemy, if you successfully get it off in an enemy's face, that enemy turns into your friend and will start attacking other bad guys. This is the easiest way to defeat one of the late game bosses who shows up with a couple ads and will wreck your day. That makes these specifically make that fight much easier. Got a composite bow, got a Nomadic Warrior's Cookbook 13, which teaches us bone great arrows and ballista bolts. Got a couple rune arcs. Rune arcs are good. Rune arcs are invaluable.
All done? Well,
I don't
anyway then.
Well, I don't have much money at the moment. I will be back though. The important thing is that we can get up into the church here, where there is another site of grace. And, I believe, a sacred tear. Yes. Sacred tears boost the efficacy of your potions from your flasks. So, absolutely important. And so important, we're going to use it right this second. We're not even going to hold on to it. I mean, there's no point in keeping it. If you find a sacred tear, you might as well use it. And this leads us into this area here. So there are some Cuckoo Knights in the area. They're the Knights of the Academy of Rea Lucaria. I'm pretty decently leveled for dealing with them, so they're not too much of a concern. There is one mounted one in the area who's a little tougher than the others. There's also some of these little guys. You can see one of them hiding right there. He thinks he's there to ambush me, but the truth is I've come up behind him. The more pressing issue is the fact that the road to the capital is actually fairly well guarded. A couple wolves over here. Just going to run by them. And we're basically going to make a mad dash through the defenses, which is actually a pretty decent stratagem most of the time. Yeah, there's a mounted knight there. There's a flamethrower tank. That's a magic knight, no less. And we're basically just going to avoid all of them, because it's easier to fight them from behind. And we can do that once we've popped the Site of Grace up here. Get some Dragon Wound Grease, nothing wrong with that. Look at that. Those guys, they're not even, they're like, that guy's gone. The worst guards in history. Before I go up the elevator, I'm just going to double check around here, make sure that there's no items in the immediate vicinity that I am missing. Structures like this are just another reminder of how absolutely beautiful this game is. It's just gorgeous. And the open world is so freeing, and it's so different from every other type of Souls game. Everything's a little more like linear and structured. Use the Site of Grace. We'll go talk to the ghost. Little ghosty ghost over here. It's there somewhere. Another path leading back to the foot of the Erd Tree. An ancient tunnel. Yep, he's talking about the ravine, which is the other path. If you don't want to go into Caelid earlier on and try to get the amulet, you can kind of short-circuit that and just take the ravine path. The ravine path is pretty dangerous, though. It's by no means an easier path. It is a different path. So I think this is probably as far as I'm going to go. I'm going to, for tonight, because we've been going about 2 hours, we'll go up, we'll pop the first Site of Grace on the Altus Plateau so that we don't have to take the elevator back. And then I'll head back to Round Table Hold, and that'll probably be where I end it for the night. Because it's getting on 11 o'clock. And, yeah. 2 hours is pretty decent stream time, and also makes for a decently long video to upload down the road. So, but I mean, as super cash nights of Elden Ring went, this one pretty good. We beat up some, we caught up on some bosses we missed from earlier on. Made a little bit of progress. Got weirdly obsessed with trying to get that treasure from those bats, which we'll just come back and deal with later. But yeah, we're up on the plateau, and this is the next main area of progression. Honestly, Caelid is largely optional. You don't even have to beat Radon to advance the game. Oh, hey! Look who's here.
I've been waiting for you.
It's our good friend Raya.
I hereby invite you to the Volcano Manor.
Ooh, official.
Take my hand and have audience with my mistress. Give me your hand. I will pray that you follow the same path as Lady Tanith.
Oh, hello. I didn't advance her plotline in my first playthrough. Oh, she just takes you right to Volcano Manor. Holy crap. That's huge. This is huge. Now the problem is... Okay, we're going to come back and deal with Volcano Manor later. Because we actually wanted to grab a Site of Grace up on the Altus Plateau, and we didn't. So we have to take the elevator again. That's fine. This is fine. We'll deal with Volcano Manor later. It's pretty early to get there, actually. That's a bit of a higher level area. We will skip the cutscene this time because we've already seen it. She's not there now, naturally, because we've gone by. So there are a couple giants here. I might be able to take them. It's not impossible. But the goal here is not to fight giants. The goal here is to find the nearest Site of Grace and pop it. And the good news is, I have a pretty good idea where that is, so... So we're just going to kind of wend our way around some of the enemies in the area. The enemies in this area are going to be a little higher level right now, but this is actually a really good place for kind of like early to mid-game farming. So the enemies aren't impossibly hard. They're just kind of like medium hard. And they drop quite a lot of runes, actually. Some beast blood from there. There is a dude with a great bow over here who I want to avoid if I can, because he will almost certainly be able to one-shot me. Mostly I'm just kind of waiting for that little pack of soldiers to get by. The Site of Grace is right up here. But don't think I didn't notice that. That's a juicy enough treasure that I don't want to leave it till tomorrow. Or rather, the next time I play, it wouldn't be tomorrow. But these are little bird tree saplings, and they have golden seeds. And golden seeds give you new flasks. And that is a treasure you don't pass up. But now we've got the Site of Grace here. We're going to just head right to the Round Table Hold, the central hub. We're going to add a charge to our flasks. We're going to allocate some flask charges. 4-5 seems good at the moment. Having that little bit of extra healing is probably not a bad idea. And 5 flasks seems pretty good for my magic at the moment. We can always rearrange those down the road if need be. Brother Corin?
I've been waiting for your return. I've decided to leave the Round Table Hold after all. As I mentioned, I'm off in search of the noble gold mask. We may not meet again for some time. If there's any incantations you wish to learn, now's the moment.
Corin is the main incantation faith magic vendor in the game. Again, use Muriel. Muriel can sell you everything that you want to know if you want to be a caster. Corin's a pretty decent dude, though.
Golden Order shine through.
This will be the last time that we can encounter him here. From now on, he'll be on the road. D doesn't have anything, I don't think, at the moment. Nope. He also sells some, like, paladin-y stuff. If you're doing, like, a faith warrior build, he's a pretty good way to go. We'll check in with Rogier.
Always good to see you safe, son.
Sorcier Rogier is still alive. He is dying at present. He's not in a good way. He will be dead at some point, and I will be sad. But, yeah. Of course, we've got Rodrika, our spirit tuner, and Master Hugh, the misbegotten blacksmith.
I took you for no matter it. Lay out your arms then.
He's pretty great. He's a big sweetheart. He looks horrifying, but he's a big sweetheart. In here, we've got the deathbed companion, Fia. We will give her some hugs later to advance her storyline. We do not need to do so at the moment. Up there's the 2 fingers. We don't have enough runes, I don't think, to buy anything from them at the moment. Over here is Sir Gideon. I don't think he has anything for us at the moment either. We can chat with him, though.
Journey to the capital, Leyndell. To the east of the Altus Plateau, at the foot of the Erd Tree. The 2 fingers will deny your passage no longer. You may be our best hope. Find your way to the Elden Ring. You've already heard. Indeed. It seemed the whelp harbored suspicions.
I forgot we should advance
so
Nepheli's
I had
plot.
no further use for her. Honestly, what's a man to do? A determined plebeian is more wicked than an almond horn, quite frankly. I suspect that's just what the Queen wants. A dose of ambition to incite the tarnished. Find the Albinoric woman. She hides in a cave to the west of the Laskia ruins, which jut from the mist.
Oh, we've already done this. We actually have the secret medallions. He'll tell you about all the well-known demigods and where to find them, so you can beat them up. I have Saluvius's potion, which I should show him at some point. Not certain I want to give it to him, though. Oh, the door has opened. All right, these are the twin maiden husks. They'll sell you a bunch of basic gear, super useful. And they're also who you can give bell bearings to, and then they will be able to teach you. I have no bell bearings to offer them. They will be able to act as any vendor in the game after that. In here we have the loathsome Dung Eater.
Have you ever felt the curse? With your whole being, the pox upon life itself, feared and despised by all. The reviled blessing. Apparently not. You are but a lamb, a stranger to defilement, ignorant of your own ignorance. You no longer interest me. I've been long without peace. Don't spoil my quietude.
We're advance. Oh, excuse me. We're going to advance his plot line at some point as well. Oh, losing my voice for some reason. We are going to advance his plot line as well. He just opened up, so he probably opened up just because we got to the plateau. Seems reasonable. We want to talk to Nepheli before we end for the evening. She's downstairs, because we're trying to advance her plotline too. We're not going to give her Saluvius's potion, because that's bad.
Please, leave me be. It's pathetic, I know, but I need to think. So you know already, do you? Right. It's true. My father cast me out for indulging my emotions, forgetting the mission, punishment for offing his pawns. Lord Gideon has offered me guidance all my life. I would have done anything for him, to place him on the throne of Elden Lord. And yet though it was not my intent, I betrayed him. And I can no longer trust in Father. To think he'd order his men to enact such tragedy. Where is the justice he purports in that? He once told me that if he became Elden Lord, he would never allow the downtrodden to be cheated ever again. Was he simply lying to me?
I mean, probably. Sir Gideon Ofnir's not a nice man.
No. How could I say that? Father has always given me his guidance. And now I've lost it.
I'm not going to give Saluvius's potion to her.
No. How could I say Father has... And now...
We're going to hold on to that for now. We can give it to Gideon. We can give it to Nepheli, who it's meant for. We can give it to someone else in the game. But that is where we're going to end for tonight. So, I feel pretty good. Made some progress, and that's always the goal, is just to make a little bit of progress. So yeah, that's where we're going to end it. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this later, if you do. And have yourself a good night. Bye-bye.